and we're gonna choose a random spawn, and we're gonna spawn as male. I sometimes do female, but for some reason, runs that I do as Astrid, which is her name, just tend to be like almost cursed. They never work out well for me, and I don't know why that is the case. For feats, I'm going to go Snow Walker and Cold Fusion. Let's see where we spawn. Oh, so I immediately know where we are, and this is bad. We don't. This could be a very short playthrough. We are currently Blackrock region at substation, and Blackrock region is one of the few places that actually spawns timberwolves. It is one of 2 regions that spawns timberwolves, and timberwolves are a more aggressive version of the normal wolves that you find around. Of course, you saw that we didn't really have very much anything for clothes, and that's just how it's going to be for a little bit. So we're probably going to take some damage and hopefully not get any frostbite. It's very cold in this region. Just going to look around for a moment and then try to make my way. I'm going to go up to the prison, I think, if I don't get any timberwolves on me, just to see if I can actually find like a firearm of some kind. We're at the old substation for the power plant, and we don't actually want to go to the power plant. In my experience, I found that it's actually best to try and attempt to just walk right up to the door of the prison. And that's not very intuitive, but if you're a little lucky on interloper settings, with timberwolf spawning, oh. I hear timberwolves right there. I don't know where he is, so I am going to probably... They haven't got on me yet. I'm just actually going to go to the road, or attempt to, at least. Never mind. We're just going to run real quick right back to the substation. This should actually get them off me for a moment. I've actually never seen them back there behind the substation. Ooh, that was a bit scary, wasn't it? That's odd. I could have sworn I heard them outside, even while being in an interior, and I've never actually had that before. Of course, I've never had the timberwolves on me at that moment. I'm just gonna use this opportunity. I'm just gonna sleep a little more, because that way we might be able to get out of here without dying. I would say highly doubtful at this point, though. Alright, probably gonna leave, and considering that I can still hear barking and growling even while being in here. Oh yeah, like they're attacking the door. I can hear that outside, so they're probably going to be out there for a moment. I have nothing to keep them off of me. Normally you would use like a marine flare, and that would actually keep them away from you. But of course the marine flare does burn out quite quickly. I'm gonna eat this peanut butter. Try to fill up my bars a little bit more. Smash open this can. We don't actually have anything to open it, so we're gonna lose a little bit of the contents. Just a small amount. Yeah, so they are still waiting outside. We'll see if they go away, and if not, we'll chance it, and if they are not, then we can just roll the dice again and start up a new game. Listen for a moment. Don't hear anything. I'm going to take the chance. I'm going to crouch, of course, before I go out the door to make sure that I'm not super easily seen. Okay, so it looks like I'm okay for the moment. Kind of warmer out now because it's later in the day. I'm going to cross over this hill. Don't hear anything, see anything. Oh my gosh, they are still like right here. Right on me. We go this way, and I'm going to attempt to go around them. Take a left, try to go towards the prison. Okay. So, Blackrock Federal Penitentiary, right here. Head around this way, and sometimes they're... The timberwolf packs are generally like all over the place here. They're all over the roads, and there's not really a safe route here, unlike Bleak Inlet. But unfortunately, we did not have a choice in this matter. But if we go this way, we should be able to hopefully avoid anything. It's just a bit unlucky that we got timberwolves right outside our spawn. And the wind is kind of blowing against me right now and preventing me from progressing very easily. Good, hopefully. Can we go up here? Yes, yes we can. Ah, it's a sprained wrist, and it's not going to matter. Normally that would prevent you from using a two-handed weapon, but there's just nothing that we have right now to defend ourselves, so it just really won't be an issue for us. Alright, so you can see the road down there. I don't see any timberwolves, but we can't really afford to chance leaving the region at the moment, and that's just because there are some normal wolves between here and there. And so if that timberwolf back there was a normal wolf, it would have just immediately charged at me and attempted to kill me. And thankfully, that's one of the rare bonuses you find with timberwolves, is that they're surprisingly less aggressive in certain situations. Alright, so we're on the road up to the prison. We're just going to very carefully kind of go up there and hopefully find a path that we can take that won't be super deadly to us. And roll up here, go around this corner using this as a shortcut. And this will hopefully give us some high ground so that we can see a timberwolf pack, because they do spawn along the road like this. Okay. Let's have a little run up here. And running will make me tired, which also makes me more susceptible to attacks. However, we're currently freezing to death, so we don't want to stay out here too long. Okay. Have to be very careful here. There's another pack that can spawn right there, just around that truck. Don't see anything right now, but take no chances. Maybe we'll live. That rope climb actually is a shortcut down to where we were. But of course the timberwolf pack was blocking it. Okay though, we will... Rope climbing really drains your stamina super fast. Oh my gosh. Well, it looks like we're dead, guys. Most likely, anyway. Ooh. Oh my gosh. So if... one chance we get to the prison. If we don't, the entrance is right up there, then we'll live. Otherwise, that's it. Good thing about spawning with almost nothing is that you can run quite fast. Come on. A little bit more. Oh, oh. Back on a hill. Oh. Half health. Got the whole pack behind us now. We run a little faster on the road. But if we get in a struggle, it's over. The struggle is where they're going to flip me around and kind of jump on top of me and just rip me to shreds. We're close. Maybe we can pull it off. Come on. Oh. Yeah. We got one more of those in us. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, we made it. Ooh, okay, that was pretty close. So that's one of the other rare benefits of a cup of coffee, of having timberwolf packs, is that they really don't put you into struggles very often, and whereas a wolf, like a normal wolf, pretty much put you into a struggle always if they charge you. Whew, that's got my heart racing. Just absolutely. Alright, so now we have one wolf in between us and safety. And I don't know where he is. I don't see him, so I'm going to make the run for it. There's one wolf that spawns in here. The bear, I think, can also come into this area. I don't think he does it very often, though. Alright, we made it in. We're just going to go in here into the infirmary where it's warm. And we're going to check our health conditions. A little bit of frost right? I
can always use more food.
I've never seen that before. Just a wolf quarter. This is just a bag of wolf bits. And you can hear the wolf that was outside that saw me really angry that he can't get in here and get us. Thankfully, one of the main reasons we came here is just having all of these things. And this is a modded content. And I've never really used it, but it's just nice to have options. And we are going to search this place up and hopefully find something while we warm up. Used to be able to go out this window, but they've removed this. I should drink something. Drink one of these coffees. Delicious cup of coffee. It's kind of cold, but that's okay. It will help us out. We don't have an easy place to sleep in here, so we're really kind of just on the clock while we're in here. We could attempt to sneak into the actual worker sleeping area that's in the prison, but there are a possible 4 or 5 wolves in between us and it, and I wouldn't really want to risk it as of this time. So my plan is to attempt to get a gun, a firearm, something that we can defend ourselves, at least some marine flares, and try to recover some health. If we can do that, then maybe we can get out of this region. Blackrock is really, really nasty when you don't have means to defend yourself, like a gun or a rifle. And even when you do, it'll just eat your ammo up. Which is actually one of the reasons why this is a place you do want to come, at least on most difficulties. It's because there is a area that we cannot access yet, but it has an ammunition reloading bench and a milling machine in it, and it's one of two in the game. This milling machine in area is a little bit easier to access and get food to, because you know you can't be starving to death while you're crafting bullets and all that good stuff. But it does require a code and an aurora. You come up to this door, see here, find me at the mine, east and up the hill, looking up the mountain. I got a lead on this door, and so that mine is a little hard to get to and has some unique threats that can kill you practically instantly. But unlike the other milling machine, which is in the Bleak Inlet region, which you'll notice also I said had timberwolves, is really... that code is very easy to get. However, the cannery, which is where the other milling machine and ammo reloading bench is just really hard to get like in and out of effectively. You'll take damage almost every time going in and out of it. It's much colder in general. It just has like a nasty wind chill throughout the region, and it's... I would consider this for a long-term base due to all the rabbits we passed by, and there's a bear in here, there's a moose that can spawn outside, there's 3 other moose that can spawn, moose spawns in the region, so, you know, you can, I think you can generally feed yourself, because most of the time, timberwolves aren't seen that close to the prison entrance, but, unfortunately for us, we were being chased by them, so we couldn't really do anything about it. I'm just going to go down here. We haven't really found a way to start a fire, but we will. It's probably going to be a flare or something similar, and then maybe we can start a fire, get a torch, and go over to the prison worker sleeping area, or load this. This is the boiler tunnels, steam tunnels, that's right. It connects to a hydropower plant that used to keep the place warm. Can't really see down in here. It's a very dark place, but I just wanted to check in. There can sometimes be a flare at the top of the stairs. And so a lot about this game is knowing where to go and how to get there, where things spawn. It's kind of knowledge, map knowledge, that you wouldn't necessarily have. And I do. I have hundreds of hours in this game. But, you know, of course, the thing that you have to really notice is if you're going to do what I did and you spawn here and all of that, then you're not going to really have super easy time, because if you've not played this game before, you would not have known, you know, how to get to the Blackrock prison entrance. I'm going to try to sneak my way over to the worker residences. Close this door behind me. I'm just going to take some damage from the cold, but I think I can get over there. And hopefully I can do so without really taking much damage. I'm going to pick up a stone here. And the reason why is you can actually throw stones. If you hit a wolf that's not aware of you, he'll run away. If you throw a stone to a wolf that's not aware of you and you hit the ground somewhere, then they'll actually run over, check that. You do gotta, kind of gotta be careful though, because they can and will come out of nowhere. And if they've already seen you, it doesn't do anything really. In fact, charging up to throw a stone will cause them to charge you. They kind of know what a weapon is. I'm just going to very carefully, stealthily round this corner and then make a run for the gate. I'm going to throw a rock, and you see he heard that. Now, I'm going to check the wind direction real quick. It seems to be okay. Alright, I'm going to run for that gate. It's open. Run in. I'm going to close it. Alright, now I'm safe. Now I can run all I want. And I didn't even get seen. That's kind of how you deal with wolves, like normal wolves, when you're don't really have anything. So I'll check that tower later, but for right now I am really in need of some warmth. It's nice and warm in here. Oh, and Summit soda.
Oh, goodness.
Delicious. Summit soda. Whole kitchen that's probably full of food. I say, knowing that, well, that most of these containers are going to be empty. You will notice that if you play on harder difficulties, after coming from lower difficulties, is basically containers will just be empty. For, like, you will loot an entire building, and you'll kind of find something in almost every other container on lower difficulties, but on higher difficulties like this, I found 2 items in this whole kitchen. So I do have a few mods on, of course, and one of the main reasons for that as well is viewability, but also, you know, we've got some food mods, just adds a few different types of food. It does make food a little bit more available, but you'll see from me that after, like, I've gotten set up, I really barely touch it. But there's no hot cocoa in this game by default, and you have to have hot cocoa in this scenario. Come on, you know, you just want to chill out and have like a nice sip of like a hot cocoa, even if it's from like a packet. Can opener, so now we can open cans, and these toilets actually have water. I choose to believe that we are drinking out of the tank, the reservoir, and not the bowl. Ah, yes, wonderful. And I'm going to take the rest. And so I have another mod that kind of adds a few more things. Like, for example, I can only hold water for which I have a container. In the base game, it just kind of makes containers. But with my settings, you have to have somewhere to store the water to get it. Okay, so we'll search this place up, and I am going to see about... I might sleep for an hour or so, but I'm definitely going to be drinking that herbal tea because just look at our health. It's been 1 day, and we are already... If I had set that setting, the at-rest condition, to be low, we would be here for several days and probably die because we'd run out of food and we just don't have a way to get really any more. Oh, technically there's the wolf quarter that we could harvest, but honestly there's no real way to eat that safely. And that's simply because, you know, you don't... It's because there's a mechanic in the game called intestinal parasites, and so it's one of the worst things to get. Very hard to survive if you get that affliction. Oof. clothes have been ripped up. But you get it by eating meat from predatory animals like wolves and bears. And unfortunately, the more you eat, the worse it gets. And it's like a 1 to 100 chance when you first eat your first piece for a couple days. But you know, I'll probably chance it just to get the extra food, but otherwise, it's best to avoid it until you get to cooking level 5, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. Okay, I'm just going to have like a nice, maybe like an hour, 2 hours rest, and it's going to get dark. I'm going to get my health back, and I'm going to be warm. At least for like a second. And thankfully, there's a shortcut we can use to get back to the part of the prison where we entered without really having to worry about the wolf. That building you cannot enter. Cannot open that gate. I'm gonna hop in here because, oh, there's a piece of cloth. Search the glove compartment. Run up here. You know, kind of got to check in different corners and different places because this game will hide things from you. You will, especially if you play for a long time, you will go to a place you thought you'd cleared out and you'll find like a can of beans hidden back under a bed in a corner that you never thought it would have been in. Finding a lot of shells and shell casings, but nothing to fire them from. There's another wolf out there hunting around, wants to find a way to get to me. Rope. I wouldn't really want to exit from the steam tunnels. What I would want is a light source. That would be preferable. I've yet to find one at this time. I've yet to also find a way of starting a fire, I'm pretty sure. Yes. Which is very unfortunate. I don't think there's anything else in here that I can get, so I'm just going to have a little snack, drink. You know, we'll eat the dog food. Not very great, but it's pretty high condition, so there's not a very high chance we'll get food poisoning. If it was lower condition, it's one of the items that you can have a very high chance of getting food. Okay. So, I'm going to drink this, and this would normally give you 8 hours. I'm just going to quickly drink almost half of it and then stop. See here. Prove rest 2 hours and 24 minutes. I sleep for 3 hours.